Hey YouTube, got another video. I am so excited for this video. You always find a couple things wrong with a product, whatever it is. But every once in a while you find a product that was just so well thought out and is just fits your needs and just an amazing product. For me personally, I'm a really big fan of Ontario Knife Company. They're located here in New York State, USA. And almost all their knives are amazing. I haven't come across a single knife that I didn't like yet. Almost all of them are made in the U.S. I know some of their folders are made in Taiwan with Osage steel, but still that's good for me. There's one knife in particular that has just blown me away. I mean, I've had so many knives over the years, and this is a fixed blade. This is the Ontario Knife Blackbird sk-5. This knife, wow is the only word that I can say. I did tons of research. I was looking for a really good survival, hiking, backpacking, all-around knife that could do everything that I wanted it to do, basically. I finally landed on this one. I found it for a great price, and I pulled the trigger. I mean, it's definitely over $100 for this knife, way over $100. And I did not regret the purchase. Let's talk through the sheath here really quick. All this is made in America, including the sheath, which is really cool. Most of this stuff is made in different places, like the sheath's made in China or Mexico or whatever. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about the sheath. The sheath does not come with this little extra magazine holder. This is MOLLE. The whole sheath is all MOLLE compatible, which is really cool. It only comes in coyote tan. You can't get it in any other color. But I added this here for my sharpening stone, and then you can see my fire steel right here. I carry that in there, and if I needed to carry other stuff, I could loop it through or do whatever. But the sheath itself has an awesome, really big belt loop. I mean, you could fit a tactical belt, it on a tactical belt, and that would be awesome. Really strong nylon. Again, the MOLLE, and it's got MOLLE loops all the way back through here, so you can really like feed it, weave it through and make it, really tight. I carry it on all my packs, nice and tight, so it's not flopping around, acting all crazy. And then it's got a hard plastic, whatever type of plastic inner sheath in there. You can hear it. It holds it in there, and then it's got the MOLLE on the front, so you can do a little magazine holder and put different stuff in there, whatever you want, fighter starter kit, water purification, sharpening stones, whatever. And then it's got the button right here. It's definitely a tough button. I mean, when you click it, it's kind of hard to pop it in, but once it's on there, it's nice and secure, and it pops off really nice. It's just clicking it back on kind of as a pain in the butt sometimes. But it's adjustable, so you can tighten it or loosen it. It's got some Velcro right in there, so you can tighten it or loosen it. The retention on this little loop right here, it's got the hinge, so it kind of gets out of the way of the blade. And the blade fits really nice in there, and then you just clip it in. You can definitely hear it snap. Boom, it's in there. It ain't going anywhere. Carry it upside down. No clicking, no rattling, which is really nice. A lot of sheaths do that. Okay, on to the knife. Oh, man. Okay, this is made in America. The designer, I can't remember the designer's name, but it's Hedgehog Works. He does leather stuff. I think he's like in his 20s or 30s. I'm a young guy, but he wanted to make a really just basic knife. So he made the knife, designed it. Ontario bought the rights to mass sell it and produce it. This knife, I cannot say enough about. Give you a couple specs. Full flat grind, which is nice. And the steel on this, and you can see full tang. The steel is 154 cm, which is the steel that Spyderco will use on a lot of their super high-end, like $300, $200 knives. So this is a highly rust resistant, will hold an edge for a very long time. It's got the micarta canvas handles, and this just feels amazing in my hand. I mean, it just fits perfectly. There's plenty of room. It's got the lanyard hold on the back if you want a lanyard. And this is just no frills. There's no no finish on this, which I'm glad for, because if you're in a survival situation, you want this. This would be a very great, reflector to get someone to notice you. This is a 5-inch blade, and then it's 10 inches overall. So it's 5-inch blade, 5-inch handle, which is very well balanced, a very well balanced blade. And so I've used this in the field a lot. I've had it now for about 6 months. And the spine, you can see the spine is nice and thick on that. and it goes all the way down to the spear point edge. Spear point tip right there, and that is wicked sharp. I have batoned with this. I wanted to take it out there, so I test it, throw sparks really nice with my little fire steel. So what I did was I took this to like really hard wood, and I batoned a log about this big around. And I went through about half of it, just batoning the crap out of it. Really, I can't remember what type of wood it was. It was just, it was really hard. It wasn't like a new aspen. It wasn't like a living aspen that was super soft. And then after having done that, I immediately went over to some nice soft wood and started to feather, make some really thin shavings, if I wanted to start a fire. And this thing went right to it, and did the job great. I can still, after doing that, and I cut a bunch of other stuff, worked on a bunch of other trees, different stuff, making things, and I can still shave the hair off of my arm. So the positive of this type of steel and this full flat grind is that you can put run it through its paces, kick the crap out of it, use it for days, and it isn't going to go dull. Downside, when it does go dull, it's going to be a pain in the butt to sharpen. You're going to have to probably spend a good hour or two probably sharpening this because the steel is super high quality. And then you can definitely get the edge back on it. It's just not going to take, you're not going to do it in like 3 minutes. You're going to have to definitely spend some time sharpening this, which is fine with me because once you sharpen it back up, it's going to last for days of hard work before you have to resharpen. No jibbing, but I don't need it. It's like right there. It's nice, thick, flat. Man, you can just do. So this again is the Blackbird SK-5 by Ontario Knife Company, made in the USA. All of it. An amazing, amazing knife. I highly recommend it. It is a pretty penny, but it is worth every penny of it. It's the only fixed blade I'll take into the woods with me now. After all the different K-bars and different, all the different ones. This is not cheap, but worth every single penny. So that's my review of the Blackbird SK-5. Thanks.